And welcome back to another episode of Great Lakes Post Stream. I'm Casey Campbell. Thank you for tuning in. We have a very special guest today, and as you probably have seen, it is Lawless Alan from the ARCA Menards West Series, driver of the number 25 Toyota for Bill McAnally Racing. How's it going, man?
I'm going pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Well, first off, we've had a little bit of off time like everybody has. What have you been up to during that?
Unfortunately, a whole lot of nothing. I've been able to work out though still, so been staying in shape or doing my best to, and doing a lot of sim racing. That's been pretty much it.
Yeah. The ARCA Menards West Series is getting back to the they're going to go road racing, which I know you have plenty of experience with, at the Utah Motorsports campus at the end of June. What's that going to be like?
It should be a lot of fun. I really love driving stock cars on the road courses. They are notorious for being big and heavy and not very good at road courses, which makes them just a blast to drive. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I think we have a really good shot at it.
And, I know everybody loves this, road racing stuff. Why do you like it so much?
There's something about it, how unique every track is, how each corner is so different from the last, and just they have the really good tracks, and my favorite tracks have such a nice flow to them where one corner just effortlessly comes after another, and grabbing gears and going into hard braking zones is always fun. So there's something that I just can't get away from.
All right, we'll have more with Lawless after this.
Is your money not sure what to do with itself? At Ally, we'll help it save for the future with our smart savings tools. For all things money, you deserve an ally.
And we're back. Before we bring Lawless on, we have a few mistakes we have. Well, there he is. A few mistakes we have to correct. Lawless actually drives 12 car in the ARCA Menards West Series for Bill McAnally Racing. Just wanted to make sure we corrected that. But anyway, we are back with Lawless Alan. And, you've been in the Trans Am Series before. I actually, we met one time, I think it was last year at Detroit when you competed in the Trans Am Series. When you get in those cars, what is it like?
Well, those cars, the reason I did that series was because they're very similar to stock cars. I'm actually pretty sure that they are mostly a super late model chassis, so with some modifications for road course. So it's good road course experience in a big, heavy stock car. And in NASCAR, what we run are big, heavy stock cars. So it was a good way to get a lot of road course experience in cars that are very similar to what I'll be driving. So they're really fun. It's fun having downforce with those big rear wings and the huge front splitters that we have in TA2. And the competition is so hard with a bunch of IMSA drivers and a former Indy Lights champion running against us. So it's a good way to get a lot of good quality road course experience racing with the best.
So when you weren't with Zam, you were with BMR competing in some selected, what was then the K&N West Series events. What was that like to do?
They were a blast to do. I got to run Sonoma last year, and that's a very, very cool track. And I gained a lot of experience. We went into it just kind of, hoping to get as much out of it as we could, not running for points or anything like that, not expecting a big finish, but just trying to get experience. And towards the end of the race, we were running really well. I think definitely in the top 10, towards the competing for just outside the top 5, and then it was unfortunate how it ended, getting wrecked. But it's like that sometimes. But in general, it was a great learning experience. And New Hampshire was the same thing. Getting to go to a really, really cool track, gaining a lot of experience on those cars and ovals, and it's such a unique track, which ideally I'll be running a couple of times a year for the rest of my career. So definitely very useful experiences.
All right. Coming up, we'll talk to Lawless about what he does outside of racing.
What is this thing?
Rocks.
Ain't no turn signals.
No traffic where this goes.
Ain't no plastic.
Nope. Box steel frame, too.
Woo-wee, that's pretty. No nav TV screen.
It's up there.
Ain't got no license plate.
Ain't street legal. The best part.
If you're looking for unmatched capability and industrial strength durability, it all starts here for under 16 grand.
Ain't no tool.
Nope.
And we're back. Lawless Alan joins us. So outside of racing, what do you like to do?
Well, I hang out with my friends a lot, but I also really like playing video games. I think like any kid my age. So yeah, it's really nothing too out of the ordinary. Just go hang out with my friends as much as I can. Hasn't been that much over this quarantine. And then playing any sorts of video games, mostly been sim racing, but still just having a fun time.
What is your all-time favorite racetrack? I know drivers have this thing that they have. What is it for you?
Mine's Virginia International Raceway. We got to run there in Trans Am TA2 last year, and the S's at that track, there in the second S, there's a little overcrest that in the Trans Am car we could hold flat, but we didn't have enough downforce to keep it on the ground, so we'd lift the front tires off the ground and slam them back down, still being flat, and that's just such a good flowing fast section that every time I went through it, it's the only place I've ever been where I went, oh my God, that was fast. Every single time I went through it. So for that reason, I think VIR is my favorite track.
Are you ready to go back to racing when we get to the end of the month? I think it's next week.
So it lagged out. What did you say?
So are you ready to go racing once again when we get to Utah next week?
Oh yeah, I'm been ready this whole quarantine. It started right before we were supposed to go to Irwindale, so I just had the itch to race this whole time. So I can't wait to get back to it, and I'm really glad that I'm going to get to bring the Auto Park at NGK Toyota Camry to a road course, and hopefully we'll get a good result.
All right. Lawless, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'd like to also thank you for watching another episode of Great Lakes Post Livestream. I'm Casey Campbell. We'll see you next time.